live, uncut, unedited. All right. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. Don't forget to leave your boy some stars. We here late. I'll give you a half an hour. I got a half an hour in me. Come on, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. We're going to talk about the police getting one of them little teenagers pregnant. I'll tell you, it's live, uncut, unedited. All right. Hey, people. I got a half an hour, people, 45 minutes. Keenan Nicole. What's up, Keenan Nicole? I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Live, uncut, unedited. We got YouTube on here. People, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Charles Isaac, Jewel, what's going on? Chris Moore. The phone lines are open, people. Peggy Gay. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you so much. Keenan Nicole. I got the notification this time. Wow. Wow. Candy Apple. Hey, friend. Too blessed to be stressed. Roosevelt. What's going on, Roosevelt? Annette. What's going on? I see your picture with the old timer. Ashley Johnson. What's going on? So CPD out here making babies, huh? Allegedly. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So you gonna wonder, what a 15-year-old doing with a grown man anyway? Why her parents ain't watching her? No way. We wonder that too. Kia Simone. Hey, Renee Jackson. Don Tyson. Chris Moore. All right, people, come on, call in. I ain't gonna be all night. Call in number 872-299-08. Just got a call. 08. So this person will be the first caller. 872-297-6389. All right, caller. We got a long distance caller. 917 caller. 917. I think I know who this is, but go ahead, caller. It's got to be pertaining to what we're talking about now.
That's fine. Now stay with me, right?
No, okay. Listen. Don't get on here and change no narrative now.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Fine. I'm saying if I give you a compliment, Martin.
I don't need, listen. Don't give me no compliment. Listen. Don't, I don't, listen.
Okay.
Don't give me no compliment. I'm only here for a half an hour. I need you to get into this, dig into, tell me your thoughts and what you think should be done. Just your thoughts, that's all. Ain't no right and wrong answer. Your thoughts on the police officer. Yeah.
Well, for one, you got to take the badge. Number two, you have to take all of the retirement. There is no second chance on that. We're talking about itty bitty little kids. These children are affected for lifetime. And that's also how you continue the cycle of abuse, right? So when the little itty bitty kids get older, right? Then they continue the cycle, right? And then that's where we can start blaming the gay stuff, right? Like for real, right?
Right.
Because that's what happens also, right?
Let me ask you a question.
No. You got the strip and there's no retirement.
Let me ask you a question too. Now, if a person, a teenager, you have nowhere to go, you can't barely speak the language, what is your your daughter, why is she away from? She should be in your sight at all times. Am I correct? And I'm not blaming.
That's correct. There's no.
Right. Now, imagine this, Tiff. Imagine this. What if they have the same scenario that we have here? You know, we have young men.
Yep.
They sell sex. Mm-hmm. They sell sex. And you know these young ladies, 15, 16, 17, they got bodies like grown women.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be a part. Listen, sex trafficking goes on in these other countries as well. You got men that leave the country that go have sex with little girls because it's legal. Can't do it here in the United States. So a lot going on. I'm quite sure if you've heard stories like how men go to different countries and pay for sex.
Mm-hmm. It's big overseas in the Asian world, right?
Right.
Very big. And when we talk about Hispanic guys, it's not you, Martin. When we talk about Hispanic, it's not just Mexicans But what's happening is our Latino world and anybody else through the Caribbean that wants to hop over, there's a lot of sex trafficking that are slaves also, right? So what they're doing is they're selling the bodies, right?
Right.
Whoever it is that they know on that other side, there's money. And that's where a lot of it is coming from also. See, America, right? We have all this great, great freedom, even though we're crippled of a lot of it, right?
Right.
So therefore, they know the money, you know what I'm saying? They know if they work together as a group, our Latino, whoever it is, right?
Right.
And this is why they do it, and especially when you're not documented. Because I listened to your video earlier, so you're right. Everything you say is right. When you're not documented, that's the issue. You're not documented. America, with our laws, when they get caught, right? When they
Right.
get caught, all this sex trafficking, all of the drugs, you see where I'm going. They go right back over to Mexico, because that's what we do in America. We put them in a jail, ISIS, or ICE comes through, ICE sends them right back, and guess what they all do? Come right on back up over this border. There's nothing that can be done, but going back to them officers real quick, no pension, period, nothing, no insurance when they retire, nothing, zero.
Mm.
And that's where the police, if you want to put punishment, you got to take that.
Okay. Hold it right there. I got another caller. Hey, caller.
Okay.
5223. 5323. I'm sorry. 5323 caller. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, brother Bob? The problem is that been going on for a long time.
Okay.
The government's behind all this. Just like you read, is 30 kids come up missing in Cleveland, Ohio. No mean attention to it because the government behind all this. You pay attention, do your research. Most people get caught up with that traffic. It was a police officer, doctor, president, government, all that we have. And that's the reason they killed old boy in jail, because he had news on Clinton, Obama, everybody was doing sleeping with these kids. How you have this man killed in federal jail, and he's suicide watch, and it's supposed to be a 24 hours with suicide watch. So we all need to pay attention. In every state, you got black men, black women, black kids that's coming up missing, and our own government behind this. Now pay attention to Hillary Clinton. When she was on video saying to Obama, we paying $60,000 for a pizza. That talk about female young girls. We paying $60,000 for hot dogs. They talk about a male privacy. And that's the reason Donald Trump said, if I become elected as the president, because Russia stole Clinton email, and they saw that. But Donald Trump could not report it because Donald Trump knows there was also a republic sleeping with these people. So that's why you don't have no immediate pensions, because the government behind this. You got over 900,000 kids come up missing every year, but you don't hear nothing talked about on TV. That's what we have to think about.
Now,
it's done by design.
Let me ask you a question too, sir. Do you think that the Venezuelans, they do sex trafficking as well?
It's all over.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
It's nationwide. Even New England has something to do with all this going on. That's why they killed, I forgot his name, they killed that man in federal jail, because he's going to tell on everything. Epstein, I think his name was.
Okay. But
if you have a mental depressive stage and you could suicide, Mr. Barnes, you're supposed to have a 24 hours watch on that person.
Right.
And the second thing to find out, how if you got chiefs in a jail cell to hang himself, if he's suicide, you supposed to take everything away.
Right. But you know what we're talking about. I understand what you're saying. We're talking about here in the city of Chicago that 4 Chicago police officers were allegedly having sex with the migrants, and hearing that one,
I saw that today.
Yeah, one teenager is pregnant. So what's your thoughts on that? Tell me your thoughts on that.
Boy, they've been doing that for years in Chicago. Only reason it came out, Mr. Mark, because they got caught because one girl came up pregnant. If she would never came up pregnant, they've been doing this every time. It ain't just started. They didn't know about this.
Well, my thing is, now y'all, let's use our Tiff. and the call I'm talking, let's use our mind a little bit. Now, if the
Okay.
migrants, okay, just follow me now. Follow me. I just use a little logic. If the migrants just got there, sleeping in the police station, we know that that's probably what 2 months now. So how would they know if the girl is pregnant now, unless they ran tests on her, she went to the hospital or something? How would they know that fast in a sense? I mean, how would it get out that fast? And my thing is, when did they have time to have sex with the police officer? When and where? Where did this happen at? I'm saying these are my things that's coming out in my mind.
Okay, one thing, Mr. Mark, I'm going to say, because somebody probably got mad at that officer and reported them. That's how they know that fast.
Martin, it's
Because
easy
police
to
do
answer.
get mad and report to other people when they get mad.
Go ahead, Tiff. Tiff?
The way that it was found out, that, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, put your mouth on the phone a little bit more, because it sounds something like.
Okay. Okay, so can you hear me better? So I'm going to get to the point.
Yeah, get to the point.
A lot of it is cultural. A lot of it is cultural. The child probably went and told her mommy and her daddy. You see, them little kids ain't dumb and stupid. They do it. They dealing with that in their own country. And I'm talking about all of South America. You see where I'm going with this? So
Right.
That's why it is. Then police did not snitch on each other. They've gotten real, real smart to keep their mouths shut. Remember, they badge the blue in their gang and woo-woo? So that's what it is. I'm sure the child went, and no, it is cultural. They don't know Americans here. Oh, then people are sticking together. Right.
Okay.
So that's the answer.
I'm going to say, I just want to say one thing, Mark.
Go ahead.
I don't believe that because no, why I won't say the mother or the father told, because they would be so scared they'd be sent back where they came from. It had been somebody who was pissed off with that officer and reported.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because if I come from another country and I open my mouth, I'll be scared and I'll be shift to just like Mexico. Mexican don't speak up because they be scared they would be shipped to New Mexico.
That's the problem. How they gonna be sick?
Okay, hold it.
So they'll be scared to speak up.
Let me say something. I want to give a shout out to my partner and a couple other people. But let me just say this, Bonnie Williams, how you doing? All right, let me just say this, people. Don Tyson. Listen, something went wrong somewhere because I believe that they are into prostitution as well, sex trafficking, if I may use that. Somebody didn't get paid. Somebody got mad and told it. It leaked out. So my thing is, if the migrants is sleeping in the police station, all right, what time did they have time to have sex with the police officer? Was they doing it in the bathroom in a police station? Tiger Lily,
It should be 24-hour watch.
Yeah. So where was the parents?
And you got cameras though, Mark. You got cameras, so
Yeah.
if you go in the bathroom, you should see it in the camera.
Yeah.
You got camera all in the police, so you can't say no one will see it if you got cameras in there.
So listen, we're taking some more callers too, but hold on.
Call in number
Uh,
872-299-0808
We got another 15 minutes, people. I promise.
or 872-297-6389.
So we got to think this thing over, people. And somebody said on here they pull them away from in restricted areas. That could be true. So listen, any Chicago police officer that's sleeping with the migrants, you dead wrong. You dead wrong. I don't care if you was buying sex and they was soliciting. You dead wrong. You cannot do that. You have so much responsibility when you wear a badge like that. So if somebody
Mark, if you have wear a badge and you keep on and they keep on cover up each other, they think they untouchable. They don't care about if they have a badge. If they keep on taking up for each other, that badge don't mean nothing to them. They so cocky that they believe they can't never be touched.
Mhm.
You got to think about. See, I'm just saying, Mr. Martin. I've been doing my research since 2007, and I'm down with what's going on, and I see what's going on, and I see the protection that we have all across Illinois. They take up for each other. And like I've been telling people for longest, the FBI and the Department of Justice is behind all this covered up because Ms. Martin, they get copy of these files.
Well, it got out. I don't know how it got out. Anybody know any inside of this story? How did it leaked out? Did the officers?
It's going to come out sooner or later when you put in the FOIA request. That's how I find out stuff. When I put in FOIA request, Ms. Martin, I get copy, then everybody telling on each other.
Man.
Right now, I put in FOIA request in Blue Island Police Department. Now they cover up the crime. Now I have to take them to federal court just to release the document to us. I'm fighting hard. I'm fighting hard cases, Ms. Martin. I'm telling you what I know. The FBI behind this. I went to the FBI, Mr. Martin. They covered up. And I got a copy of document to show it. And that's why I want to get with you, Ms. Martin, and I can show you this.
Quick to jump everything. Man, quick to blame FBI for everything.
Because we got to understand the FBI get a copy of these files. FBI will tell you how many people get killed in your city, how many burglaries. If they get a copy of these files, Ms. Martin, and we see it, then the FBI, Department of Justice, everybody else see it. We have to quit playing downfall and understand who are behind all this. Look it up at the FBI, and they tell you how many people get killed in Chicago, how many burglaries was.
But they got to get the numbers.
So what
they got to get the numbers from the law enforcement, the local law enforcement. They don't just.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
And see what I'm saying, Mr. Morris, they have to get copy of the file because now what their job was to make sure people's civil rights is not being violated. Now, Mr. Martin, FBI say you're right, Mr. Jackson. The FBI ain't doing their job. The FBI in Orland Park got caught lying on me. Now all of a sudden they say, well, Mr. Jackson, we ain't gonna talk about her no more. FBI Eugene Jackson in Chicago Civil Rights Department say, you're right, Mr. Jackson. My FBI cover up all y'all civil rights investigation, but I can't go against my own FBI. And I have copy of these documents. This ain't no hearsay, Mr. Mark. I have hard evidence. I have a letter from the head judge in Martin saying corrupt the judge.
Okay.
But the head judge is still on the bench, Tommy Burrow. Look him up.
All right. So,
and when you look him up, Mr. Martin, they will tell you he was not supposed to be appointed as a judge by the Illinois Supreme Court because the IRS wrote him up 11 times as a corrupt attorney, and they wrote him up as a corrupt judge. But he's the head beside judge at Markham Courthouse. Look him up.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. What do you think is going to happen to these police officers? Let's get back really back in. What do you guys think is going to happen?
If you don't put pressure on it, they're going to like it never happened. That's why they wait so long doing investigation, so people know we're going to forget about it. That's why they take so long doing investigation, because I ain't trying to be funny. Black people would march on something, and then like the FBI said, Mr. Jackson, y'all sit down too fast. When you march on something, you fight until you get justice. You don't sit down and wait till something else happens. But she writes, this was a white FBI told me this. And he said, I'm proud of you because you've been fighting this since 2007. You ain't went away yet. I've been fighting this since 2007, Ms. Mark, and I ain't went away yet because justice have not been served. So if you will march, but if you sit down, what you march from? You march to get justice to solve solution. But if we keep on marching, then we stand back and turn our head and give up, then it wasn't no sense in you marching from day one.
But we shouldn't have to march on this. I mean, if you have 4 police officers allegedly been having sex with migrants and one got a teenager pregnant. The question I'm asking you, you keep going back to your case, I'm asking you what you think is going to happen to these officers. Are they going to be fired, reprimanded, suspended? That's what I'm talking about, brother. I'm not talking about your case.
It's
of what
all
they
depending
did to
how
you.
much pressure. It's all depending how much pressure you put on them. If we don't say nothing about it, they ain't gonna say nothing. And then they'll say this part: if 4 got caught, I guarantee you it's more than 4 people was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you it's more than 4 people.
Mm.
It got to be more than 4 people, Miss Martin. It ain't no 4 people going to do it. If they say 1 or 2 officers do it, they gonna do it the same thing.
All right,
So
people.
when it all come out, I guarantee you you'll have more than 4 people officers done it.
Yeah. I got about
Charleston, do we have do we have a description, Martin, of the officers yet?
no, we don't even have names as of this point. Not the public do, not to my knowledge. We don't even have names. We don't know whether what's their race or their ethnicity. We don't know anything.
But Martin, it shouldn't have to make no difference what color you are. Wrong is wrong.
Martin, I think I agree with what you said, Martin. There's something that you said. I bet you it's in cahoots with the men, right?
Right.
Who jumped our wall illegally, the aliens, and also them polices. See where I'm going with this? I think it's what you said. I think that it's all them illegal aliens. I bet you they plan that with them officers.
Oh yeah.
I bet you that one.
Oh yeah.
And the little children. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they set
See,
that up.
Ms. Martin, we cannot use find out. It don't make a difference what color it is, because the reason why we don't want to use color, because now when they say when black officer or whoever do something wrong, we as black people turn our head and say it's okay. But when a white officer do something, now we want to raise hell. So
Well,
race should have
Martin,
nothing to do with
hold
wrong
it.
is wrong.
Hold it, sir. Hold it, sir. I agree with you. Wrong is wrong. But we know if it was black officers,
Uh-huh.
their face would be out there
That's
immediately.
right. You goddamn right.
You cannot deny
you
that.
goddamn right.
You can't listen.
Goddamn
The black
right.
officers do not get the breaks that the white officers do in this justice system. And you know that, and I know that.
And I agree with you.
You know that.
Goddamn.
Anybody
That's
know
why they were
that
found
if
so fast.
all those police officers that are accused or allegedly accused, if they were black, their face would be all painted all over the news right now. And it's 1 or 2 could be black. I don't know. But I know, one thing I do know, if they were black, their faces would be all over the internet right now.
I agree with you
I
100.
think it's because
So we know
go
that.
ahead, Mark, my bad. Huh? I just want to hear
Okay,
you.
we know when a certain crime is committed and it go out in the public and they don't show no faces, we just about know who's behind it, who is the perpetrators. We know that.
You're 100% right.
So we also know,
Because-
Martin. Sir, can me and Martin talk on it? So we also know, though, Martin, right? Because if it's blacks, look how fast they did all this. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This was fast to just now find out the little girl is pregnant. You see where I'm going with this?
They did that fast.
That's why I asked also.
Yeah, they did that fast.
Yeah, they did. That's why I'm asking.
So it was all the setup. Somebody got set up. I think so. And just think about this.
Yeah.
Y'all follow me real quick, and I'm gonna say this. This just is hypothetical speaking, using the logic. Suppose I was in Venezuela. I'm an older guy, and I have a young girlfriend, 2 or 3 of them. They all 15, 16, 17, underage, you know, America's policy. And I tell them, hey, y'all want a better life? Come and go with me. We're going to go to the borders of Texas, and the U.S. will open their arms up to us, and we could work. And all you got to do is tell them that you're 18. You're 18. You're 18, 18. You know they school them before they coming over here, and they do that. Yeah. Yeah, they doing that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ms. Martin.
So that possibly could be it too. That possibly could be it.
But what happened to the 51 million they supposed to have?
Brother,
They supposed to got.
I said the same thing. Oh my God. Should nobody be sleeping?
You got 51 million, so
Yeah.
you should have enough houses for everyone of them.
Yeah. Should nobody be sleeping on the floor? Police say, with 51 million? Come on, people.
Okay.
Come on, people.
Martin, you want to talk about that beach real quick?
That
Is that
who?
okay? Can we hit the beach? The beach? Can we hit that situation at the beach?
Oh yeah,
the
real
little
quick.
girl
I just
was,
want to talk about it
raped?
real quick.
Okay,
Real quick.
okay,
Uh,
I have to go to work now, Miss
okay, go
Martin.
ahead.
Y'all take
Thank
it
you.
easy. Be
Thank you
blessed.
so much. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
finna be.
Okay.
I'm getting off in another 5 minutes. I said 30 minutes. Just wanted to say about the
Okay.
beach. They said that's a male Hispanic descent. A 4-year-old was assaulted. Okay, it didn't say sexual assaulted, but it just say assaulted. And take in mind, it was the 4th of July holiday, and the beach was crowded. Everybody screaming, probably popping fireworks and stuff like that. And all it takes is a quick minute to do anything. Anybody know that? Nothing but a minute. That's it. It don't take long. That little child, that 4-year-old child, they say he followed in the bathroom. That 4-year-old little young lady, young daughter, or something, I ain't gonna call her young lady, young child. She's a child. And I'm trying to
Little
figure out
baby.
who gave the description of this person. Because I know that child couldn't do it. I know it. I know that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah. So I don't blame the parent because it can happen. All it takes is a minute. If your child out of your eyesight for 2 minutes, do you know what can happen in 2 minutes to a little baby? 2 minutes, a minute. That's all it takes. It ain't like he took her and ran off in the woods with her or whatever. Ran off with her. He did what he had to do right then and there, and he got out of there. One thing I do know, we need a better picture. Yeah. Yeah. We need a picture.
Yeah, the picture can be misleading.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to.
No, go ahead.
Okay, we got 3 minutes. I said a half an hour. I wasn't gonna come on there. Do you guys know that somebody put on my live the other day that they got 2,000 more migrants coming? They might have came already. We just don't know. They haven't made the announcement.
I know New York State, where I live.
Right.
I think it was about 2.5 weeks ago they brought more over.
Are they where are they sleeping at in New York State? Where are they sleeping at?
Well, the same situation. And a lot of them are downtown, Manhattan, which is our downtown.
Okay.
Which is the city, yeah.
Okay.
That's where they're going.
Yeah.
Let
me say this real quick before I get off.
Can I just touch
Can you what? You want to
go ahead.
You want to say something? Go ahead. We got 2 more minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, real quick, Martin, right? I was watching a few of your videos because I'm a little late, right? So
Right.
from the other night, right, with the purple, you little real cute. So when we talking about these little itty bitty black boys out here doing what they doing, right?
Right.
A lot of the people, right, that are watching every night, calling in, those are the grannies. They are also mothers. A lot of us still have children at 38 years old, right?
Yes.
So if you just take the subtraction of some of these, first of all, 35 is our granny today. So that's where a lot of this conversation, because these are the ones that are calling in, even your 50-year-olds, right? If they call in here innocent. And then also lastly, if we start listening to what those grannies and those mothers are saying, there's the answers to what's wrong with our itty bitty little boys. I promise you, you can't get that wrong. And that's why our children are hurting. Listen to a lot of the callers. They're angry. They're hurting. You see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
So grannies that are listening, and the moms that are on here that are, that got these kids, these are 18, 17, 15, 14. You see where I'm going with this? So a lot of these people listen, always judging the little kids. No, look at you. Look at you. And that's why we don't have the village, because the village is calling in and talking bad about them little itty bitty boys.
Always.
No.
Always.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I know I get excited.
All right, but let me just say this real quick. We got a minute left, less than a minute, and I'm off here. I'll say this, people. We need to take another look, internal look at ourselves and things like that. The lesson that we learned from this: do not leave your youngsters unattended, not even for a minute. They always supposed to be in bird eyesight when you are in the public. All it takes is a minute. A stranger can walk up and grab your son or daughter's hand and grab him by the mouth. But you thinking there's so many people out there, and that's trusting the villain. Well, there's so many people out there, a child molester wouldn't dare try it. But he did. He did. He watched, he stalked, and he seized the moment, the opportunity to do what he had to do. And he got up out of there. And now we don't really have a real description of him right now. We don't. So I'm mad at the U.S. for allowing the migrants to come in without screening them. You just bringing anybody over here. We already have problems with drugs, alcohol, sex trafficking, domestic violence, drive-by shootings, all types of things. We have problems. Not just the black people, all people. We have problems. We don't need to bring another element over here. If you're going to come in this country, you got to be straight up, willing to follow the rules. That's it. So I'm going to leave y'all with that tonight. I said a half an hour. I'm 31 minutes. Thank all my callers. I appreciate you. And I'm out of here. Y'all know what time it is.
You already know what it is.
What?
Live, uncut, unedited.
This is where we
Tell the truth
and what?
and shame the devil.
Now, I don't know about
I
y'all.
love being
I
black.
definitely do.
I love being
No
black.
matter what the media show us, no matter what the media portray, black on black, whatever they want to say it, but I love being black. There's not one image out there that's going to discourage me from being who I am. If a gay person can walk around and say, this is who God made me, that's who I am, I'm proud to be black. See, one thing about a gay person, they got an option to be straight. But when you're black, you don't have no other option but to be black, and that's it. You can't be black and white at the same. You just can't be it. Now, you like here in America, you got some men live their life as a woman, and you have some women live their life as a man. But inside, you are what God designed you to be. If you came out male, you are male. If you came out female, you are a female. And I'm going to leave it at that, and I got to go.
You already know what it is.